News 12 this morning. Your news now.
Joining us this morning, special guests from this year's convention. We have New York Times best-selling author Faith Hunter, and from Star Trek Continues, we have Michele Specht. So glad to have you both in this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Certainly. And Michele, your series is it's almost like fan fiction come to life. You know,
very much
fans
so.
have always wanted to see Star Trek, the original series,
exactly.
finish
And the
its
original
mission,
series,
and it never
that's the
did,
only
and
Star
now
Trek
you
that
all
we-
are
yeah.
giving them a chance to.
It's the show we never got more of. We had several amalgamations within the Star Trek universe after the original series ended. We had Next Gen and Deep Space Nine, and they're all wonderful, but the one series we never got back was the original, the one that started it all. And they had a 5-year mission, but they only completed 3 years of it. So what happened for the last 2 years of the mission that would bring them to where all those characters were in their story arc when the movies, the Star Trek movies, picked up? A lot happened. And our goal of our show, Star Trek Continues, is to faithfully recreate the style, the feel, the look, the lighting, the costumes, the stories, the presentation exactly the way the original series was, and bring those characters and those story arcs to their logical conclusion, to finish the 5-year mission, and bring them all to a place that makes sense when the Star Trek movies picked up.
And tell everybody at home about your character.
Oh, yes, my character. Well, because we're finishing out the 4th and 5th season, obviously new things are happening that are bringing those characters and the world of Star Trek toward what was commonplace when the Next Generation series started. So in the Next Generation, which is 100 years after the original series, there were ship's counselors on every ship. Well, when did that happen? Because there certainly weren't any on the original series for the first 3 years that we saw. So I am the pilot program, the very first ever ship's counselor
You're the guinea pig.
on the Starship
Wonderful.
Enterprise. I know, it's wonderful. And for a geek like me, it's just a dream come true. So anyone who loves the original series and wish there was more of it and remembers very fondly sitting on that shag rug watching those episodes, they should watch Star Trek Continues. They will be very pleased. They will feel like they discovered the original series all over again.
Well, folks at home are going to have a chance to find out more about Star Trek Continues and also the books that you write at ConNooga this weekend. Faith, Michele, we appreciate you both joining us this
Thank
morning.
you for having us.
I'm going to show people at home where they can get to ConNooga.
Yes.
Here's the graphic. We can go there. Let's go there now. We're not going there. All right. We're not going to the graphic. ConNooga starts today. If you just go to ConNooga.com, you can get all the information and find out when and where Faith and Michele